shells dispelled, so they're going to need to get creative. Ultimately, though, that means whoever's safe lane for Liquid's going to free farm.
It's going to be the Leshrac, I think.
Could also put the Leshrac mid against the Morph.
It's true. I think if Liquid loses momentum, though, for even like a second this game, I can't imagine them winning it. But I don't think that's going to happen.
I think they're going to swap it. Leshrac can go mid. Lone Druid will legit get every last hit and deny against the Darkseer Shaker lane. So perhaps maybe they'll even look to tri lane. This could get weird, but
kind of last game too, a bit. Like with the rotations.
We will find out. I love the theory crafting, but I need to see. I'm a visual learner, okay? Not this tactile kinesthetic business. Let's find out which team will be able to proceed forward in this Immortal bracket and which team will fall down in elimination as we find out in this game number 3.
Ah, you're a visual learner, huh? Well, you won't get much better visuals than this. Yeah, soak it in. We're about to head to game 3. Virtus Pro versus Team Liquid. And the panel said it's about to get weird. It's about to get funky, Jenkins.
Love the Leshrac.
Love the
Yes,
Leshrac. That's what
it's safe
said.
lane. It is safe lane.
Yeah.
Can you confirm that's what I said to you just before we went live on
Absolutely.
air? Okay.
Jenkins 100% was saying it's going to be safe lane. Safe lane Leshrac, mid Lone Druid, and then they're going to be doing that Boxy Taiga duo again at bottom. That's what he said.
So, okay, getting Boxy, the same hero, just put him on something he was very clearly comfortable with, something that I also think Void Spirit's going to do kind of fine in any game. I mean, I don't see, you know, he just runs around, has got stuns, mobility, like, it's not really a hero that gets countered. Even in a lane situation.
The battle begins.
Boxy missed the ward. He dropped a sentry, thought he was going to get the ward. That's why they're tipping him right now. No one saw it. He's like, I know you were going for my ward.
GG.
Not on that side, you fool. Okay. Stopped him from body blocking the mid wave. And that is something that is probably really important in this matchup, I would
gotta
imagine.
say, dude,
yeah?
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty damn
Solo
cool.
God. Even Insania, he's like, I got to take a moment to give props for that play.
Yeah, that's not... Oh, man. Both of these teams, they've just been innovating in this series.
Yeah.
It is so cool to see stuff like that. You do that in your pub, and you're going to probably get reported.
Yeah.
Knowing
Let me just blame you for having disruption level 1. Why is he in my mid lane?
Man, this is such a difficult lane for Darkseer. You have the Oracle Purge and then a ranged hero who's good at clearing the wave.
Oh my God, he missed it again. Why?
The debate, because the tree's
cut down.
So he thinks that it was there.
Oh.
With the Quelling Blade.
Dude, I only wish Virtus Pro knew that just happened.
That's a long time.
Fisher, that's going to be able to block out the Oracle here. And Zions will no doubt live, but he takes a lot of damage in the process as they try and stop all that pulling. Look, Boxy even going for the denies. Insania grabs it. They get the second one as well. Can they get the 3? Oh, missed it. Last one easily picked up by Resolution.
Boxy doesn't want to go for that one because it's right under the tower. There's a potential to get fissured in. Very risky. Going for the cheeky plays when he can. And all this time, Taiga's just free farming bot. I mean, Enigma doesn't really need help. You just pull the lane back and you do kind of fine no matter what. He's not going to own, but he'll do fine.
He'll do all right. Fisher lands on the 2 of them. Zions was pretty low. Boxy is not going to do enough to finish them. They take a lot of tower shots trying to get that kill. That is the ever-coveted first blood. That's why they're willing to take those kind of risks to get it. Extra net worth is quite helpful. What about this mid lane matchup? I mean, this is classic Team Liquid. Yes, mid qojqva, important hero in the Lone Druid. But just because something is your wheelhouse, something that is unique, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win with it, right, Jenkins?
No, I honestly feel like you probably want to leave this lane at some point and go jungle or go push a side lane tower, maybe like a 5 minutes in, and let Boxy have the lane, because this is not a Lone Druid favored matchup. It is for the first couple of waves, but we saw the play that Solo made. That's why he made the play, making sure that he couldn't body block. It gave Morphling his level 2, level 3 on his hill, and now he just stat morphs and hits the bear.
Yeah.
The way you beat Lone Druid is not by hitting the hero, it's by hitting the bear, and Morphling is perfectly fine at doing that with the high base damage that he has.
Yeah, he is top CS, able to trade very efficiently when he does get hit because, oh, look at that, he's 400 health. Look how effective that tango is. It's a little silly. They do have the bottle on the Morphling as well, so he's going to make even more efficient usage out of that. Ooh, look at the hard camp farming there. It's a good thing that Boxy didn't run up there for a Virtus Pro, otherwise they would have seen what was happening. Fisher, just to protect him, he does get chain stun. The Aether Remnant's going to be able to pull him back, and that will be a kill. First blood for Mikke.
Man, once again, Boxy with the really nice placement of these Aether Remnants. Like, he really uses these angles to his advantage. A lot of people just kind of throw it directly from them. They don't use, like, the vector targeting that well. But Boxy knows this hero.
Yeah, and I think the really nice thing there was that he made sure he got, like, max duration stun, right? He made sure not to combo it up too heavily or overlap stuns with the Split Earth.
Yeah, Darkseer very tanky, also can just surge himself out, so yeah, you definitely have to make that play on him like that.
4-minute power runes, all important because we talked about the Morphling's going to make good use of those charges. Well, if he doesn't get a refill on a bottle, qojqva has a better chance at being able to win this lane, though he is pretty far behind in CS right now, 18-0 to 28-7 on no one.
It's got to be pretty frustrating that a Morphling wins the matchup so hard that he can be at 20% HP and waveform on to the Lone Druid. Oh, they're not even going to go for him. They're just... It's crazy Taiga's just totally alone down here, but perfectly fine because, I mean, Ember, SD, they don't really put that much pressure on. They're just kind of like slow harass heroes. They're not kill heroes. And Enigma's like, okay, well, I'll just chill and pull the wave back and then farm under my tower.
Double damage, Boxy. Hoping to do some work with it, but is chased away by the two heroes. He's going to see this hard camp that was being farmed stacked up and then farmed with ion shells.
He tried to go for the steal there, leveling up the nuke on Void Spirit, but Zayats uses the...
Oh, he grabbed the bounty rune before Boxy was able to get the disable. Still, though, they're completely zoned down a lane, and they won't be able to get the other bounty rune. Still, that'll actually be 3, though.
Yeah, 3 for VP. I mean, you've only got one person down here. Taiga's not going to get it. He's so busy pulling the lane back, trying to get as much XP as he possibly can down here. You would expect to get that top one, the top 2.
Flame Guard doing some okay damage here. Taiga's still going to be able to walk away.
Boxy can sit down here and take this XP if Taiga wants to fill up, but he doesn't look interested. He's chilling.
Denied the siege wagon. Okay, Boxy, you don't have the health to really support doing this. I'm curious.
He looks
now he's
dead. Okay, a little bit of a blunder.
Yeah. It's okay. He played so well in game 2, maybe we can forgive a blunder or two.
Yeah, I mean, he's been owning so far, so.
Yeah.
But if you do another one, not forgiven.
Yeah, you only get 2 strikes here in Dota 2 casting.
Yes, that is indeed true.
No one. Seemingly this high ground ward is just really important because he just basically replaced it. I'm guessing because you operate on such low health all the time, it's important to see rotations.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. He's thinking about how much HP do I need to have against this hero to survive the damage that he does. And if there's an extra hero, he needs to morph to like a higher HP threshold. So if you can't see the heroes, you have to always set at high HP, which means low damage, and you're doing less good things against the Lone Druid bear.
That has long been the problem with some Morphling carries, right? Is that you want to play the lane to max efficiency, but you try and overplay it, and all of a sudden some unknown factor comes to play, a ganking hero or something like that, then all of a sudden you look like the fool. Doesn't look like a fool right now, though. He looks like the leader in the CS department. 51-11, though. 46-23. That's a lot of denies right there from the Leshrac, making sure that the Darkseer is deprived of experience, and he is deprived indeed.
One stark difference between this game and a lot of VP's games is the fact that we have ILTW on a more active hero, and no one is on this hard farming hero mid. And I mean, they're obviously great players, and they can definitely handle these particular roles, but we'll see against Liquid if if they're just as comfortable doing this sort of style.
Yeah, I feel like so we're going to watch Boxy trying to simulate away here. ILTW will catch up to him, and Zayats is there on the other side to lay out a Fisher. Didn't have the angle quite, and Zayats just doesn't throw it out at all. ILTW found his Flame Guard burned away. What level is that? Yeah, it's only level 2. I was going to say, there's no way he took enough damage to have a level 3 Flame Guard.
Yeah, no way. There's very little that will take. Oh, okay.
Oh, they're going to go for him with the Black Hole with all these Eidolons. Taiga, did he make the correct call? He certainly did. A level 5 Ember Spirit has little chance to escape something like that.
But this is 2 games in a row that he kills ILTW like this.
Yeah.
Gets the hole, and then just the pure damage is too much. I mean, this was a solo kill, though. There's 2 heroes down here, and he's still getting this kill on the enemy carry.
Yeah, that was, again, level 5 Ember Spirit. Taiga's going to be level 8 by the time Ember Spirit comes back to lane.
Dude, think about this. He literally solo off lane. He did not have Boxy with him.
Yep.
And he just solo killed the enemy carry.
Taiga's beast.
Taiga's actually a god. He might legitimately be the reincarnation of Jesus.
Wow. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
Well, I don't want to go with that. Yeah, I mean, so we'll be talking about snakes and things. We know how
It's Lax's territory.
Look at these stacks. Juicy stacks. That is basically the most...
Yeah. A lot of golems, though. Mickey will be annoyed at that, I'm sure. But at least the hard camp can't spawn golems, can it?
Man, I wish I could hear the cha-ching noises. That's got to be so satisfying. One sec, let me close my eyes and imagine. Keep going.
Look at all the gold. Oh, so much gold.
No, do the cha-chings.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Yes. Yes!
13, 11, 13, 12, 9.
Yes! Yes! So much more!
That is what you sound like.
I would seriously scream that if I was in this game. And then half of my team would be like, what are you doing? This guy's getting kicked the moment.
Muted.
Can't mute your teammates. I'm talking competitive.
Oh, he would do that in a professional match.
Absolutely.
I forgot who I was talking to.
Yeah.
Big deal Jenkins here.
Exactly.
LTW didn't quite expect qojqva to be showing up, but qojqva's not even going to bother trying to go for a Ember Spirits who can jump away so quickly to have to bank on a really lucky root scenario. Instead, he just goes for solo, which is a much easier kill. Gets him eventually.
No!
I like this from qojqva. It's not super beneficial to just sit there farming versus a Morphling. To even jungle on Lone Druid's not particularly fast with the nerfs to the root.
Yeah, but look what's happening in this mid lane. They know a support's going to be left here, and Zayats is trying to like punish this.
Oh, McKay wants to get the stun from trees because then they can maybe kill him.
Yule Scepter.
He has to time this perfectly.
It has to be perfect, otherwise he gets the Strength Morph off and he lives. And that's what happened.
I'm pretty sure you can literally just click Strength Morph.
Wow, it'll probably always go off, even if it is frame perfect.
I think so. I know that's how it works with BKB and Nightmare Arrow.
Yeah, I'm sure that is probably the case.
I get cues that
Simulate from the other side of the trees. ILTW will not have the damage, but they will have the disable. Look how quickly Boxy reacted, though. Gets off the Ether Remnant, helps him survive a little bit longer. The Raindrop also assists in that, but eventually he will die.
As soon as he goes into the trees, it's like, not this again. But no, he's not.
Where's the roots? There it is. Disruption going down, trying to buy himself some time here. Fisher blocking the retreat here. Taiga tries to make his way around. Mickey to the rescue. Yule Scepter up. He's going to blow up this Earthshaker. Earthshaker tries to get the damage off beforehand, but he still gets stunned up. Hit by the Echo Slam, but Mickey keeps on trucking. He's going to try and run down this Morphling now. Can they actually bring down the Strength Morph? It's looking like they can. Hurt his bro, trying to get in there to stop it, but no. They are denied that opportunity, and now Solo. It started with running down Solo, and it seems like it'll end with trying to run him down, and instead turning around and going for the Tier 1 tower. Another lineup that Liquid has some very clear power to push towers.
A little bit aggressive here from Mickey, but they do have the Oracle save, so he should be fine.
Yeah. Man, I haven't actually seen that duo in a while, but man, I remember I loved having Oracle on Leshrac or vice versa.
Yeah, because the way you deal with Leshrac's insane damage is by just killing him when he runs in.
Yep.
Same with Death Prophet, same with Terrorblade. It's this Glass Cannon plus Oracle combo. It's very nice, especially when the Glass Cannon also happens to push towers. So if they don't fight you, you just take the towers in the exact same way.
And something that they will very likely try and employ to great effect as they saw in game 2, right? Trying to take these early towers, these tier 2s, see if they can take away that outpost. They didn't get it before 20 minutes last time, but I could very easily see a Lone Druid Leshrac pulling that off. You know?
I could see that happening. One fight in the enemy jungle, and you take the tier 2 right now.
And what Virtus Pro needs to be able to stop that is that first round of very core items, right? The Earthshaker Blink Dagger. That's so important.
That's the biggest.
Levels on Ember Spirit, just levels, just in general. Really important on him. If he can actually get a stat item, looks like he's going to be going drums, so it's not like we're going to be seeing a damage item anytime soon on him.
Not huge, but something that gives him the ability to just take, to chase and take these really long fights.
Yeah, he's saying, like, I know that we have this Morphling late game. I don't need to try and build up damage so much. I just need to build to fight.
Survive this fight, yeah, survive the early game. But with that being said, I feel like this is a way better Enigma game than the last one. You don't have the Chronosphere to stop it, you know? It's really Fissure? It's actually Fissure.
Yeah.
Fissure, Vacuum, like they
Disruption,
all
Vacuum.
pseudo-disables.
Yeah, they all have some sort of range form of disable, but
nothing through BKB.
Nothing through BKB. So Saiga, he might make that a priority in this game.
He melts the Morphling too because it's percentage damage on the Midnight Pulse.
They see the bear here, but that's all they'll see. The big bear, the Papa Bear, he's already gone.
And he leaves the bear out like that, so if they come near, he can just fear them away.
Yeah, saw the odds at the start of this game 3, and people, they become believers in Liquid. The first time Liquid has been favored in this series.
I gotta say, man, like the last game, they looked like a totally different team. I think somebody said they like rediscovered.
Yeah, that was Shiver's opening. Shout out to that one. The analysts loved that one too. He said it was very apt, and I can't.
What? Oh! That was not the right morph. That was the wrong morph. Good sir.
The wrong button, sir.
What you sound like.
It's like, bro, he's fine, right? He's got to be fine. He's gonna press that red. That was the green one.
Red for danger. You got to remember that. Red for danger.
Yep.
Danger, Will Robinson. ILTW is going to be able to jump away.
Red is dead.
He's not going to make
wait a
the
minute.
same button. Well, that doesn't quite work.
Green is dead. See, this is confusing.
Yeah.
I understand why he did
That's why I did red with danger, you know, and green go. I'm trying to do the stoplight metaphor.
Yeah, but
here,
I'm going to go ahead and kill myself with pressing green.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Sure.
There's different ways you can interpret this is the problem.
And red is dead because I won't die.
Yes.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Oh, wow. You should definitely stay away from trying to make rhymes about snakes. It'd be very confusing.
This is, I don't want to go back to the snakes. There's been too many snakes today.
What is it? Red on yellow, you're a dead fellow? Something like that.
Something like
Or actually, you know what? That is also confusing because I think it's red on black. You're dead, Jack.
Well, you could rhyme. I mean, that's cheating. Using a name.
Well, that's the thing. The rhyme is supposed to go. It includes fellow and Jack, but like you can fit. I'm gonna look this up. Mickey gonna be able to find the Yule Scepter and get the kill onto an Earthshaker who is so close to his Blink Dagger. Jenkins. Why'd they bring him? He just needed an easy camp worth of farm to have his Blink.
Red on black. That was whack. Don't die before your Blink Dagger, dog. Get that Blink, farm it up, and hit up that team fight. Press Echo Slam. Are you looking it up? Are you serious?
No, I'm not looking it up. That would be unprofessional and broadcast.
I don't believe
very
you.
focused on this Dota 2 game, Jenkins. Jesus.
I see 6K gold
Think
lead.
am I amateur?
You said you wanted to see a back and forth match. This is looking
This is not looking like
very
that.
Liquid favorite. Although with that being said, you know, it's still very interesting in the sense that it was a complete stomp for VP in the first game. So it makes it honestly more impressive for Liquid if they just continue to snowball this one, because they did a complete 180.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
Liquid, or excuse me, Virtus Pro still have plenty of options to be able to turn this game around. They do, after all, have the big late game hero in the Morphling. We have yet to see them fight with their team fight initiator in the Earthshaker, who should be getting his Blink Dagger now out of the jungle. You can see him farm it up a hard camp. So it's like we're judging this off of a Virtus Pro that hasn't really been able to fight back yet. We'll see what they can change here, but first it's going to be pick off here on a solo as Yule Scepter into a kill. Over and over again, this is going to be the play.
Literally everything in this game is now falling onto the shoulders of this Earthshaker. He has got to hit a great Echo Slam on the Oracle +1. Honestly, one of the nice things about having Earthshaker versus Oracle is that you don't even need to hit him with the Echo Slam. As long as you have Fissure, you can Echo 2 and then Fissure the backlines, and you can get the Oracle and then kill the 2 before Oracle can get the save off.
Red touching black, safe for Jack. Red touching yellow, kill a fellow. Just in case you find a red, yellow. Oh, there's the Echo Slam initiation dodges on the 2, but the Oracle save. It bails out Mickey, and that means they've still got all the damage in the tank here to pump out as ILTW tries to get the... Oh, he gets away! The Sleight of Fist into the Remnant, jump out, still gets hit by the Aether Remnant, but he almost died back there. ILTW with the quick fingers.
That would have been the game. Like, if he dies back there, I don't know how they recover. And man, that Oracle save too, not only did he get the ult off, he was able to put the Fate's Edict as well, preventing the Morphling Ethereal Blade damage completely. Like, he nullified this Morphling's entire item. All of the damage is on this Morphling. Like, he's gotta hit somebody with this if they want to kill them. So, Fate's Edict, man, if you can get that on somebody and they...
Oh, Percy just blow him up.
Yeah, there it is.
Oracle wasn't close enough or fast enough to get off the Fate's Edict. Deny that. Boxy won't jump away there from the Enigma, but it looks like he turns into a Void Spirit to be able to get the Aether Remnant onto Boxy, so he can't re-Astral Step. The Bear's back out, though. It's got the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit needs some help here. He's getting rooted again. He's going to be in trouble. He's disarmed right now. Finally, Hero gets a little bit close, but still not another route.
And Mech from the Darks here really helps out there. And the fact that he was able to Sleight of Fist to that camp.
We're going to watch that one again. The Echo Slam comes in off of the vacuum. It looks very beautiful, and it kills the Void Spirit.
Yeah, look
then
at that
there's the save from Mickey, though.
Beautiful, man. He saves 2 people from that Echo.
But then this black hole, man, it was a straight up dieback that would have allowed Liquid to finish off Roshan, very likely.
Yeah, if ILTW doesn't clutch that, he loses the game. Like, he needed to clutch that, so good on him for buying back there and keeping himself in the game.
Yeah, and I don't want to put too much blame, but I'm sure Tyga's kicking himself going like, did I really need to Midnight Pulse?
True. Yeah, it's a tough hero because he can make that play. Yeah. It's a tough hero to catch. Exactly. But if you do catch him, he's dead 100% of the time. There are no items.
Oh, once again, Resolution sneaks away the bounty rune just before he's disabled.
Midas on Enigma. I think this is great. Midas, whenever it's popular, is always Enigma's like second or first choice. Blink Dagger because there's not much to cancel the hole win these early team fights, and then Midas because this hero functions so well with levels, with the BKB, with an Octarine core, with that late game farm. Like, he is your carry, no matter what.
So with that in mind, like, I said big late game hero in the Morphling, but I didn't say they had a better late game because I wanted to get that answer from you, Jenkins. Do you think that Morphling can outcarry this? Like, because Liquid, they all scaled pretty well into the late game.
No.
They may not be a hard carry like Morphling, but...
Hard no. Hard no.
Hard no.
I think VP cannot beat Liquid in the late game unless they do some crazy snowballing stuff in the fights. Like, I really like how ILTW, despite buying back in that mid engagement that we saw, he goes super far forward. He still is playing extremely aggressive. So with that, if we were looking at VP and they're playing super scared, I'd say, okay, Liquid, 100%, they've got this. But VP, they're still playing really aggressive despite losing some fights, despite being at a gold disadvantage. They're still being aggressive. And I think that's exactly what they need to do. They need to get the pickoffs if they want to win this game.
Right, because they don't have the answer to the BKB black hole.
No,
that's the big late game threat that they're going to have to worry about. So they're going to have to be aggressive. And Virtus Pro, you're asking any team to do that against a tier 1 team. Virtus Pro has proven time and time again they can pull that off.
Yeah, for sure. I would be concerned if they weren't being aggressive and still playing like they have an advantage. Like, it's really good to see that they're doing this. They know what the stakes are in this game. They know that they have to do this.
So what is the next timing, do you think, for Virtus Pro? Because, like, if we're saying, okay, there's this late game threat looming from Team Liquid, but we also have this Morphling who needs, you know, time to just be what Morphling is.
I honestly think you just go with every Echo Slam. That's all you need to do. Just go Echo Slam and try to get a pick off with it.
Okay.
Start with the pick off.
A fight every 2 minutes. I can be down with that. A potential dieback online here, but Solo gets the disruption. The black hole. It catches the 2 with the Ember Spirit on the side, make it a 3. A trio of heroes trapped in the darkness in Virtus Pro. They have lost 4, and they're going to lose this Roshan unless no one can do something amazing here, which I don't even know if he's willing to try.
It's a throw if he goes for this.
Yeah.
It's a huge throw. And that's the Bloodstone too for Mickey. So he's got in Aegis, he's got an 18 charge Bloodstone. And by God, by the next time they fight, he might have a BKB. He is, you know, we talked about the Enigma. Like, Mickey's going to be a real problem too in this game.
Yeah, and it all starts with this Ember Spirit pickoff, but Science on the front lines.
And Darkseer as well.
Yeah.
Like, those are the 2 heroes that you need to catch, right?
Uh-huh. And Daiga was like, okay.
I mean, I guess the problem is VP doesn't really have any frontliners.
Yeah. Like, I think in that situation, Darkseer has to be the frontliner because he has to go for wall vacuum.
But Earthshaker and
Science
Ember
cannot get caught in that situation. He is both the Fisher and is able to stop the black hole, and he's the big follow-up. Like, he can, before even the black hole happened, qojqva pinged him with the bear. So he already disabled the blink dagger.
Yeah, that is exactly what you'd like to see if you have an Enigma on your team. The disruption honestly set up for the Ember to be caught.
Oh, nice kill. Nice kill. It's not like incredibly impactful, but at least you know he doesn't have Aegis to work with. He did have to blow their Echo Slam for that, but maybe they can still take some team fights without it. We'll have to see.
Unfortunately, Insania was not quite in position, I believe, to get the Oracle ulti off. Just a little bit out of range. I think he probably would have liked to save the Aegis, because Oracle ulti level 2, it's really not that long of a cooldown. Maybe it's level 1, didn't see what level he was. Still, it's not a huge cooldown. Probability, yeah, I'd say that's about... I don't know. I feel like it's probably higher than that, honestly. This Enigma,
right.
I just don't see what the solution is. Look at the VP cores. Which one of these heroes can ever survive a black hole with any amount of items that they can get?
Right.
None of them can. If there was a Wraith King in the game, it would be different. We don't care about black hole.
Sure.
He needs a refresher. Boxy.
They're going to run straight into him. Ash will step away to simulate. Oh, he's hiding in the trees, but they know he's there. They pull him back in with a vacuum. They hit him with the chain stun. And is he still going to get out? He didn't actually die to all that burst damage. Zayats, they see the dissimulate. They know where he landed. They landed over here. They're going to throw the wall directly on him. And he does not have a dissimulate. He does not have Astral Step for 5 seconds.
They don't actually have vision of him in there.
And so he gets the Astral Step off. How did they lose the vision? I thought they had his illusion in there.
I think the illusions that spawned knocked him into a little tree line.
Yeah. He got knocked over to the side. Yeah, you're
How
right.
does this keep happening with Boxy?
I don't know, man.
He just survives these crazy ganks in the trees.
Hell, there it is.
Oh, yeah, that is...
Doomsday has a name, and it's Taiga. He's coming with the BKB. Mickey has his as well. Virtus Pro, we're going to need some fancy footwork and even better team fighting to be able to stop this one. But starting off with a pickoff on an Ember Spear, that's certainly not what Virtus Pro wants. Solo will exchange his life for ILTWs.
You sound like...
I like that Taiga doesn't even commit the black hole there for the Ember, even though it would have been a very easy black hole setup with the solo disrupting once again, because he knows that he can just hit a 3-man black hole in the fight. There's not much that they can do about it with their heroes. When he has the BKB, it's free, so he's not going to use it because he knows that as long as he has the black hole up, VP can't fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now it's time to chomp on some towers.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Tier 2's dead. There is still this Earthshaker on the side lane, so he's not here, and then Liquid just jump right in. Jeez. Pull back in, trying to catch him with the Fisher. Didn't actually land, and he Astral Steps back down to the low ground. Meanwhile, Mickey, self-fuel Scepter on accident, I assume.
You have to fight against these heroes, though. You have a Lone Druid and a Leshrac.
No one gets hit by a stun. Zayat's going to have to be very patient. You cannot just jump on the first hero you see. Bloodstone, so they will keep the Oracle ultimate intact for now. They don't want to have to blow it on just a bit of harassment, something that Virtus Pro, they haven't really truly committed just yet.
He can always just heal him up Fate's Edict, pop a couple of heals, not going to take any damage. He'll come back in, full HP.
Coming back out, ILTW investigates inside of the trees. They're still around here. They know it too because of the scan. Now they backed away.
And Liquid playing really disciplined here.
See the spread of Virtus Pro heroes. They've got to be very wary of that black hole that has lost them some team fights.
Taiga, he's doing a great job. Insania as well, playing the back line. They're not playing close to the front at all. McKay is just running in like a madman, and it is working wonders for their formation.
Boots of Travel being built by McKay, so he's going to try and deal with what is probably the inevitable split push of Virtus Pro at this point.
It has to come in now. That's the only way that they stay in the game and delay to take a potential good team fight.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably strong enough to sit in these side lanes between Bloodstone and BKB. They're going to need to expend everything on him to kill him, so it feels like the right time to buy those travels.
Tier 3 items are available, so we're going to have to pick up some of those. Regen for ILTW. See if he's able to make much use of it, though, because most of the time he's just been getting killed. 100-0 here. They're going to try and catch him with this Ether Remnant setup, and they do get him. He had a Spirit out, but he didn't get the chance to jump to it.
Dire's top tower.
Another one of those things that you can actually use during the Yule Scepter.
Yeah, the purge ability of the Oracle.
Yeah. We saw that with Sven Stun earlier this week. It's convenient for setting up on these Ember Spirit heroes where I think it's borderline impossible to hit the...
That's so rough. He's dead for 20 seconds, but they just got the level 15 talent on the Darkseer. That extra health could be crucial. They're going to commit it. The BKB Black Hole initiation goes off on the Earthshaker, or the Morphling, but they save him with the disruption. No one's going to be okay here as he backs up, morphed up to strength. He does have to head back to the fountain, but Liquid, they've only got a few seconds to work with. They say that's not enough to go for the melee barracks. So let's back it up, reset.
I think after that fight, if you're Liquid, you probably think, like, okay, the way we need to play this is somebody goes in first and starts the fight, and then Taiga counter-initiates. Because if they're just set up on VP, Solo can do that every single time, right? But the problem is when he's forced to use that first, because there's some other sort of initiation. And, you know, I'm interested, and I understand why they tried it, because it's like, all right, let's just use the hole in the Morphling. He's the only potential problem in this game. See what happens. But clearly that's not going to work. This is going to be a very repeatable thing that we just saw. And I think Solo's going to be in position.
Especially in team fights that are in Virtus Pro space, right? It's very easy for Solo to have the positioning in that kind of fight. Maybe a fight that's outside of it, it'll be a little bit harder. But while the Black Hole's on cooldown, they're going to pump out. See if they can go for a kill here. Echo Slam, but the Bloodstone's already been committed, and there's the Oracle save. A nice fissure into the backline. Some of these heroes do get stunned up. McKay trying to pump out some damage, take a lot from this Morphling. He pops a Manta as he gets silenced. Silenced up again by this Void Sphere. Pulled back in by the Ether Remnant. Lead a little bit more, but wait for him. Down to low ground. He's able to get out. ILTW is now tearing it up as he takes out 2 cores, looks for the support in Insania. He's certainly going to go down, and that's why the Ember Sphere moves forward. He says, you guys clean up that guy. I'm going for the big boy. I'm going for qojqva. I'm going to try and catch him inside of his base. qojqva does not get caught, however, and Insania does actually manage to get out.
Great job by VP taking advantage of that missed hole. They're like, okay, if there's any opportunity for us to fight, it's this one. And I like the choice to just straight up use the Echo Slam on the Leshrac there and just try to burst him down, force out that Oracle ult. And with the physical right-click damage that the Morphling does now, you can actually kill him if you just beat the crap out of him during the ult, as long as the Oracle is zoned and not able to get heals.
Uh-oh. Zayats stuck around a little bit too much. He's like, they're all scared. They're all hiding in their base. Not Boxy. This man's fearless.
Yeah, that's a rough death right there, because I think VP, that's something they could have potentially snowballed and just kept Liquid bleeding, but now they're all alive and 30 seconds on the Earthshaker, and Roshan is up.
That's a very important pickup. The Scotty, huge amount of stats for the Morphling. Is slow, super effective. I'm going to keep harping on it, though. That changed the Scotty. The heal prevention that's going to be happening against an Oracle, against a Lone Druid.
And great against ranged heroes, too.
Yeah, great against ranged heroes. Good against the Bloodstone.
McKay, qojqva, like these heroes have a lot of problems with Scotty.
Liquid, though, they have the black hole back up, so they're just going to man mode into the Roshan pit. Will this be a good idea? They find the initiation. Yule Scepter on the Ember Spirit. Look at Boxy. He's going straight to the back line. He says, no, you're not going to save him. I'm going to make sure we catch you, Solo, and catch them they do. But the Ember Spirit does manage to slide away. Boxy almost getting caught by the Aether Remnant as no one turns into a Void Spirit here. They're chained up. They're trapped a little bit. This Fisher, the pullback of the vacuum onto the wall, but it doesn't matter. Mickey pops the BKB, and the Bear managed to get the lockdown onto the Darkseer. Still, though, they want to play this cautiously. They've expended some of their things. They're not going to try and chase down the rest of these heroes from Virtus Pro. They have to be careful of that wall. They have to be careful of this Echo Slam.
Still Darkseer's dead for 33 seconds, so yeah, he buys the smoke on Insania. I think this is a good time to go for a kill, but man, that's a convenient double damage room for ILTW.
What an equalizer this could be.
This is definitely an equalizer. I think if he can, you know, catch Insania with this off guard, he can possibly like two-hit him. You know, you can jump the backlines with this really easily. To be super careful if you're Enigma or Oracle against a DD Ember.
Yeah, it's funny how both teams have the same problem they have to deal with. Somebody's got to get to the back line and deal with this Oracle or this Shadow Demon who have the same mechanism. Boxy's going in there with his Aghanim Scepter and using that AoE disable to stop the disruption, and it's going to be up to ILTW to kill, just straight up go in and kill, slaughter him, take down Insania before he can get off his ultimate, or maybe force it on himself. I feel like a harder job for ILTW. Let's see if he can pull it off here. Once again, the Yule Scepter into the Aether Remnant. There's going to be the Fisher trying to delay this damage. He's veered up as well. Stunned. Disruption in. Can he get out? Taiga's going to throw in the black hole to ensure the Ember Spirit kill. But that's a BKB black hole, and he's going to buy back. ILTW, he springs his trap card. He says, I'm coming back, baby, and look at it. There it goes. The vacuum. The Echo Slam, and Liquid hit the dirt. Boxy's the only one who's gonna get away, and ILTW says, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna hunt you down. He doesn't have the disable, but it doesn't matter. He didn't even pop his double damage in that team fight. He held on to it. Liquid, they all end on that bait set up by the Ember Spirit, and Virtus Pro will take the Roshan.
What a vacuum Echo Slam, man. That was so patient. That is what they've been waiting for this entire time. As we can see here, there's the jump on the Ember Spirit, but I mean, he was just the bait, really. Like every single time he's running it, I love that he's playing this aggressive. And then the vacuum comes in.
And this is where Liquid sees, oh no, we're gonna get caught. They try and save Taiga, and then Resolution comes in. A 4-man vacuum into an Echo.
Forcing that ulti on Taiga too, that's not who you want to ult. You want to put that on the Latrak. This is the combo, you know, and man, VP forcing that out of Liquid is exactly the creative sort of thing you need to do to win this game. The way they're playing the team fight is so beautiful. Polar opposite of what we saw earlier too. They have really figured out Liquid in this game, within the game.
And it's funny, winning that fight, getting Roshan, taking mid lane of Barracks, Liquid still up 6,000 net worth. It goes to show what kind of lead they had before utter devastation struck them around the Roshan pit. And now Virtus Pro, they're just going to continue this momentum.
And now there is so much pressure on Taiga where it's like, all right, dude, we're in the late game. We have a Latrak. Sure, we have a Lone Druid, but I think the VP heroes are pretty good against Lone Druid. Morphling, we already talked about this hero. Ember doesn't really care that much about a Lone Druid. Darkseer doesn't like playing against Lone Druid, but now it's all on this Enigma to hit a big hole. You can't just go for the Morphling now. We've seen that. It didn't work. You can't just go for the Ember. We've seen that. It didn't work.
And you have to wonder what the communication is on like Liquid. This is moments where morale really comes to favor here. Is Taiga, he cannot afford another bad black hole. They quickly take down the Morphling though. This is big. Do you have any setup off of it? They're gonna go for it. Taiga throws out the black hole just on the Morphling, but there's the disruption save once again. They get a little bit more damage. He's still locked down. It looks like he is dead. This time it was worth it. This time it works out. And Liquid, ILTW, look at him. He's jumping into the back line, but he's gonna be safe. Oracle saves Taiga for the time being. Resolution, he's gonna be caught in as Boxy heads in and catches Solo as well. A Malefice to make sure ILTW, a dying breath of Taiga says, no ILTW, I will not let you get out of here. Pulled back into his tomb. That is now more dead on Virtus Pro.
Back the other way.
And around to go.
We're back.
Now the question is, Jenkins,
Dyer's bottom
how
barracks
much
are under
can Liquid get to? Oh my God, how much can they get done with a double damage Lone Druid?
DD Bear. Okay, if this was in the last patch, this would be dog shit. But they changed the Lone Druid damage back to base damage. So it's still not that good, but it's way better than it was in the last patch.
Yeah. And he's got 35 seconds for the Morphling, 77 for the Ember Sphere. And look at Zayats. He's looking to cut the green. Oh, yeah, he's dead. No,
It's so good!
you're not allowed to go into the base.
Dude, he's a genius!
What a god.
They tip him.
He takes no risks. He ensures that the push high ground will not happen right now. And the thing is, Liquid, you know what the best part is? I don't think they know that Morphling didn't have buyback. They know Ember Spirit does, right?
Yep.
But seeing that Echo Slam, seeing what Science just did,
We could have won!
it confirms it. It 100% confirms it. Why did he do that? Because the Morphling didn't have buyback. Because we could have ended the game right there.
I mean, it also confirms that ILTW probably doesn't have buyback as well, which means you have 35 seconds.
Well, they know that. It's 3.5 minutes still for his buyback, so Liquid still going to go in here with some confidence. See if they can take at least the mid lane of barracks and even things up.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
They do have to back away. The Ember Spirit's coming back soon.
So now, the
Radiant's
ball is in
middle
VP's
barracks are
court.
under attack.
They need to do the same sort of team fight execution. I don't think that the bar is as high as it was before, where you need to hit that 4-man beautiful vacuum into Echo Slam, but they need to hit some important targets.
Jenkins.
I think 2 or 3, man.
Jenkins, what do you do now if you're Virtus Pro? Disruption will not save anybody now. There is a refresher on the
Radiant
Enigma.
are scanning.
Disruption only saves you from one black hole.
This
What
is
do you
true.
do about the second one?
There is a window. There is a window between the holes.
Yeah.
It depends on who he gets.
Okay.
Stat Morph might come out. Maybe
Maybe
wait
that won't
one.
matter. Ooh, if he catches anybody here, but Boxy, no.
Both teams so disciplined right now. Like, no buybacks. Mostly no buybacks. Like, we need to be careful, is what both teams are saying. We can't just... One person getting picked off right now is going to be insanely game losing. And I think if I'm VP, I want my Darkseer to run in first.
Okay.
If I'm Liquid, I want my Void Spirit to run in first, because I think somebody needs to die.
Yeah.
I think the team that has somebody die and then buy back is going to win this fight, because this is a 40-minute fight with amazing team fight on both sides. I think that's how you bait the fight.
And this is where, again, it's going to all come down to Taiga, right? He had 2 kind of questionable single-man black holes, and then he had a really good single target black hole defending their base. He basically read, okay, we just need to be able to force out the disruption. We've got enough disables to kill that Morphling twice. Can he pull through with 2 black holes in one fight? Will he manage to win this for his team? And what's going to happen surrounding that team fight? Who's going to be forcing those actions to be made like you're talking about? Who's going to be throwing their life away to try and cause some chaos?
I think the target priority matters a lot. I think choosing to go on the Ember, that's the debate. That's what VP wants, right? This hero can get back into fights. Morphling does significantly more damage right now than an Ember Spirit does, especially with his farm. I think, yeah, I mean, look at this guy. He's almost to the point where he's not going to need boots. Look how many stats he has. He has so much agility. Yeah. You have to kill this hero, and I think Enigma is the only hero that can really set up to kill him with the percentage damage. Unfortunately, it's not pure anymore, but it is a lot of percentage magic damage, and this hero has 56 armor. No smoke, just kind of chilling.
Intention is thick here, and they found an opening. Solo. Win for a D ward. Does have buyback.
Drops a gem.
Drops a gem, though. So even, it's still pretty costly, even if he does have that extra life.
Yeah, I mean, that's his life is important because he's the save, but when you lose the gem like that, the cooldown really is what matters. It's not the gold, it's the fact that you can't get another one of these things.
They've got an arcane root on Mickey, so they're feeling pretty good about their push to high ground here. See if they can force something. See if they can force that buyback and Abyssal Blade usage onto the Morphling. They're going to try and blow him up real quickly. Black hole number 1. There's the disruption save from Solo. Can they do it again? Taiga, he's going to go in, try and refresh, go in for another round, but no, oh no, he didn't have the mana. He didn't get the second black hole off, and no one takes him down instead, and now Mickey's in trouble. No one. He's going to be able able to take down that extra kill. The Gold Scepter goes off, and it does allow him to kill the Earthshaker. ILTW is going to be taken out, but a buyback immediately used. He already had the Remnant out. He joins into the team fight. Morphling's going to be able to follow that, and finally take down that last record. Trying to get in. Immediately jumps in and jumps out. That Ember Spirit did not overcommit himself. qojqva stuck on a Fissure onto the stairwell. But Virtus Pro have seen all the buybacks coming out from Liquid. They know there's a black hole still in reserve. They know there is the potential for an end game here, and they do not want to stumble into disaster.
Cap, that was 7 buybacks. 7 buybacks. I don't think I've ever seen that many buybacks in a Dota game. But both sides are so afraid of each other. You know, it's like if we buy back, they cannot fight us. They were not willing to run up that hill into the Enigma. Who
no Echo Slam, no wall, but there is a black hole, and that black hole we've seen constantly countered by the disruption. So Taiga's left back into that situation where you don't have that forgiveness. You need to get maybe multiple heroes, or somebody's got to stop this Shadow Demon.
I think that's Boxy's job. He's got it going on the back line. He's got the Minotaur Horn now, so I think he's fairly well equipped to do it. You know, the Shadow Demon doesn't have his buyback now, so if you pick him off at the start like they did in that fight, or I should say before that fight, then I think you probably win the game just off of Taiga's single black hole. But this is solo. I don't know if he's going to just get caught out of position like that. He died because he knew he had buyback there.
Lotus Orb on the Darkseer.
And look how close those odds are. That just represents like how close this game has been. Back and forth. It's been stomp in one direction and then in the other. It's been crazy. It's been a roller coaster, but it has been back and forth.
So Taiga, I believe he didn't have mana. I think that's why he didn't get that second black hole off. That had to be reason why.
Yes.
He has in total, right now I'm looking at his stats, if he casts nothing else, he does have the mana for it, right?
Barely.
1375 out of 1500. That's what it's going to cost you.
It's a real problem. Usually you'll go for this refresher after an Octarine, and that's why, because you don't actually have mana to cast all of these spells. It's a fairly recent change to the Enigma. The mana cost on Black Hole got increased significantly.
Yeah.
It was already pretty high. So I think, I don't know if he had the Ether, the Eon Disc, I should say, before, but that'll definitely help out, giving him a little bit of an increased mana pool.
Yeah, I wonder if it was just calculus gone wrong, you know, where he just realized he didn't, like, even at full mana, didn't have enough before. But
I think that would have been it if he had the mana.
Yeah.
Even so low, it was really just the Morphling that was doing the damage to him. So if he could have held him,
he would have been stuck there for the full duration. 5-man smoke up from Liquid. Taiga maybe closing in. They're going to just double jump in. Boxy immediately trying to find whoever he can here, activating the Minotaur Horn. He is going to be slowed down by the Purge. They're going to go for it. Black hole number 1, Solo. He can't actually save him right now. He's stuck on the outside with the BKB, activated by no one. He's going to turn and fight back. The Antis goes out. Double waveform, back and forth. Taiga waiting for his opportunity for that second black hole. He goes in first, but there's the vacuum. It stops the black hole. No one turning into left, right, but he's been out. No, there's the disruption from Solo. He bails him out. Can they get him out of here? Is no one? Is Morphling? Is he finally going to go down? He does. No buyback for him. ILTW struggling to get out, struggling to stay alive because it is a 3 versus 4. There's no buyback on the Enigma either. There is still a small chance that Virtus Pro can hold this out.
25 to Leshrac, though. He's got that talent that it increases the damage of his W. You got the Lone Druid, Desolator on the Bear. This Roche falls too fast.
Look at them. They're pushing out. They say, like, we have to buy 69 seconds here. So they have to push in the waves. Because Liquid could end it by just going Throne, but if they go over to the side lanes, there's still a tier 2 up at top.
Yeah, I mean, Leshrac plus Lone Druid, like, talk about killing Roche. Like, this will melt your base in a matter of seconds. So the waves, this is the wave game. We've already seen the Echo Slam on the wave. It's a very similar situation. I mean, 45 seconds, this is a lot less dire than the situation before.
Yeah.
But you can see that that's only because they focused on it while the Roche was happening.
And it's looking like Liquid aren't just going to go for it. They're going to chill. They're going to rely on Taiga coming back in. They're saying, guys, we have this big late game mechanism. Let's not try and end it without that. Even if it does sound appealing, Aegis, Refresher Shard, all that, just run down mid, see if we can blitz the Throne before the Morphling's back. But that is the way of fearless and possibly stupidity. So instead, they're going to play cautious and smart here.
It really does feel like it's really hard to lose the game with an Enigma who has double BKB, double hole.
Radiant
I think in the last fight, Taiga's probably bonking himself on the head because he didn't press the BKB the second time. You know, this.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of mechanical issues that have happened, but obviously a player that's more than capable of just going the very next fight and just doing the perfect thing. Like this just happens in a Dota game sometimes, especially on Enigma. Like there's so much weight on your shoulders to hit a big hole. It's easy to, when everybody's focused on preventing you from doing that, especially a team like VP, it's easy to mess that up.
31,000 net worth lead as Liquid marching down bottom, looking for that second lane of barracks and potentially the end of the game. But if they overstep themselves, if they lose this fight to Virtus Pro, they could just as easily lose this game 3 and be eliminated from the Omega League. Boxy, he's going to strike first. He's the only one with buyback in this game right now. Activates the Minotaur Horn, dodges the Fissure. Meanwhile, the False Promise used on the Bear here to try and take down the barracks, but it will be killed.
Unfortunately, Boxy Yules himself because he was trying to go for the Yules play without having vision. He was just going for the blind jump, and it's pretty easy to misclick that. I mean, that's life.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
I'm not sure if I don't think they can ever go high ground again like that when they don't have that extra bear in reserve.
Yeah, they need the bear resummon. That's the problem. I mean, this is one issue with Lone Druid late game is the bear doesn't scale like heroes do. It scales up until level 4, and then with items, doesn't have any extra stats, extra HP, nothing like that.
Yeah, nobody stands, like Leshrac can't stand up to this this Morphling, and the bear gets ripped apart by this Morphling. So
absolutely,
it is very much a rock paper scissors situation where this Morphling is countered by the Enigma.
Yeah,
but
it's just
if he gets free, then he destroys everything of Liquid.
Yep, absolutely. It's quite the stalemate between these two. And this is exactly why we saw Liquid waiting for Taiga to respawn. They realized that if no one is alive and Taiga isn't alive, you have some serious problems on Liquid.
Yeah. Mickey leading the charge here. Getting the stun out. There's a disruption save. A disruption being blown here, but man, ILTW jumping into that back lines. I think he was trying to stop Taiga from following up on that defensive disruption, but Taiga was very, very far behind. Was not hit by a Sleight of Fist at all because he wasn't even in link range.
That's the thing. Really great play, like heads-up play from ILTW, trying to block that out. But Taiga legitimately was just in the jungle. Like, he just wasn't there yet. Liquid were just kind of bluffing with Mickey.
Going again. Mickey with those diabolic ED explosions. Boxy looking to be able to catch the Shadow Demon. This is such an important pickup. If they can actually get him, he will have buyback. So if they can actually kill him here, force that buyback, it'll be nice. But it looks like a force stab might just get him away. Boxy wants that kill and he'll have it. Inside of the fountain, they pick it up. Now Boxy just needs to be able to retreat, but he's been chained up, activates the Minotaur Horn, and starts backing away. Meanwhile, the lane of barracks is gone. Liquid cannot go for Megas just yet. They're going to have to wrap around. Looks like the tier 2 did die at top.
A giant creep wave killed the tier 2. That was just terrible timing, terrible luck for VP. I mean, I'm sure Liquid pushed it earlier, but it's always unfortunate when that happens. You're forced to defend this bot lane of Rax, and then a creep wave that has like 6 range creeps just tears through your tier 2 tower, which would have been a really nice bastion of defense for VP in this game that they can't get Megas, but now that is open.
Liquid will no doubt know the timing. I mean, if their buybacks are up, like, they've all been expended at the same time, right?
Yep.
And so that is something that this next push, you may have watched that last one, been like, oh, Virtus Pro, they just kind of got rolled over. This next one is a lot harder, right? Because it is inherently to the defender's advantage when buybacks are a thing, right?
Absolutely. Not everybody has boots of travel at this point. Maybe soon, but not yet. So, yeah, we only have 1 pair. So really, it's Mickey that can die here and then buy back and come in, which I think is probably why he's frontlining. And they're looking.
They saw some sort of animation there. Look at this. Virtus Pro wrapping around on the side. They're not going to let Liquid get set up here. They're going to go in. They're going to go for Taiga. Taiga activates his BKB. The Echo Slam goes out with a black hole. It locks down the 2. Catching the Morphling as well. A refresh. Another one. Is Taiga going to go for it onto the Morphling? He will. The Soul Morphling. That's going to lock him down. The buybacks are flowing in now. No one still survived through it all, though. Managed to get back. And now ILTW. He strikes on his life. He's going to be able to run down Taiga, who buys back now. But Kappa the Yule Scepter into the Aether, and then again, he does have buyback as well. well. But the throne for Taiga, qojqva, they're going for the throne, but the bear's dead, and the Eidolons won't do the damage. Liquid, they tried to make the next level play and go while VP was distracted, but the buybacks, they defend, they hold the throne, they barely keep it alive just in time. And ILTW, he knows it's time to strike, it's time to catch somebody. Cop of the old scepter, he can the combination though, a TP out from the Leshrac. He goes back, he goes for the fountain, he's going for the throne, he's trying with the diabolic eating, but it's being soaked up. The false promise will end soon and Mickey will die. The throne is still intact.
He's gonna buy back.
He's gonna buy back. Can he get there fast enough though?
If they can get the bear or Mickey, they both do so much damage.
The bear does so much, and the bear! It just takes down ILTW. That's a dieback.
Does he have a raid?
He has to go for the bear. He Mullen, he has to kill this bear right now. The false promise is going to be used. The bear stunning above no one right now. They don't really have a whole lot of control for him, but the BKB is going to wear out soon. He has to start backing away. He has to get back to the mountain, but he has turned in. He's being pulled back in by the air, and then he's dead. Meanwhile, the throne, he's going for it. Eidolon, Taiga with the Eidolons will finish it up. Taiga comes through in the clutch and closes out game 3.